Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Wakelet session on Wakelet Community Week. I believe this is the fourth session of the day already. They're going by so fast. This is the Working Together on Wakelet session with the amazing Ambassador Letitia and Anna as well. They're going to be showing you some amazing things here, how to use collaboration in the classroom, globally, and also with your teachers as well. Before we get going, of course, this is Community Week. There are plenty of sessions you can get involved in. Feel free to share it around, invite your colleagues and your teachers to get involved too. During the week, there's more keynotes, there's more sessions, there's speed networking, there's mindfulness sessions, and there's also a huge competition going on where you can win the trip of a lifetime to ISTE, you can win some amazing devices, and also get your hands on some Community Week 2021 swag too. So to enter, all you need to do is share the hashtag Wakelet Community Week and tag Wakelet at Wakelet on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to get involved. So literally anything you see, your favorite moments from Letitia and Anna this session, screen grabs, quotes, anything they share, collections, share that out to people in your PLN on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and you'll be involved in our amazing competition to win those prizes. Also, we know you will love certificates. This is all for your PD. So we will share out a certificate link at the end of this session. So stick around for that. We'll share it in the chat and the description. But yeah, like I said, this is all about working together on Wakelet. So whether you're looking to improve collaboration in your classroom with your students, with your teachers and your staff, or actually collaborate globally with schools and people across the world, this is the session for you. Wakelet has worked on collaboration for a few years now to make it one of the best collaboration tools out there to work with whoever you like. So we have the amazing ambassadors, Letitia Citizen and Anna Digaliva. Hopefully I said that right, Anna. Welcome to the session, and please do introduce yourselves and take it away.
You want to go first, Anna? Go ahead.
No, Letitia, back to you.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are signing in to share this time with us. We are so excited that you are here. I am Leticia Citizen. I'm an I4 coach at Hawthorne School in Beverly Hills Unified School District in California. And so I'm so excited that I get to share all the excitement about collaborating on Wakelet with Anna. Take it away.
Yeah, hi. I'm so excited again presenting for the second time Wakelet Community Week. This is the second year for Wakelet Community Week, and this is amazing when we can share, when we can express all the ideas that we have and that we have created on Wakelet, because the limitless number you can create there actually. And I'm primary to secondary English and Spanish teacher. And I run linguistic studio here in the north of Russia. So I live in the edge of the earth, and still I can collaborate with the whole world, with the global communities. And this is so inspiring. Can't wait to share with my ways of using Wakelet with you.
All right, so we'll go ahead and take it away. And we're going to start off by sharing our collection of many of our collections.
Yes, that's true.
And so James will actually share the link to this space in the chat for you all to access. So we would love for you to hop on, because we do have some spaces where, of course, if we're talking about working together, we want to work together with you. And so, you know, again, you can catch us here. We've linked not only our Twitter pages, but also our Wakelet profiles. Yeah. So we're always making our collections public for you all to access and use. We are all about sharing in this space to save us time, right? To share some ideas. So please take advantage of that. So here we go. If we're going to talk about collaboration, we want to know what your ideas about collaboration are. So if you have joined this collection, I'm going to put it in the chat. So there's a link for this collection. We would love for you to join it. Right? And once you get into that collection, we have one right at the top that's called Collaboration Is. And we've made this, of course, collaborative. If you all were, you know, for day one for Wakelet week, we learned something so exciting, right, Anna? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I just want to highlight the word collaboration. So what happened to the word collaboration and how has it changed over the past year? And why collaboration? Because I use Wakelet personally daily, lots of many times per day. And it's not only about, so I use it in many ways, and I can share with more just with collaboration. But collaboration, it's like the focus for me personally shifted a little to the efficient production of resources and instructions. So for me now, collaboration is not only when you collaborate in the same collection with someone, so it's not must have. Whenever you create a new collection, it's a sort of resource that you can share with your students. They can, of course, they can react, they can add comments. By the way, reactions to this sort of feedback. And there's the same way, it's a sort of collaboration too. And also other teachers, they can use your collection and they can use these resources with their students. So if you know the definition of collaboration that I'm going to share a little bit later, you will get that this is a sort of the thing when we can achieve something together. And for me, collaboration is everything that is going to happen and you're going to see today. Now we're doing collaboration daily. I do collaboration, and collaboration starts with share button on Wakelet. Because when you share, you actually collaborate with someone. So back to you, Leticia.
So we want you to go ahead now. Wakelet has been so kind to go ahead and share the link to this space, to this collection. And we want you to go ahead and use a GIF or GIF. We're not going to fight over the pronunciation, right? So again, if you started day one with the Wakelet Community Week, you would have seen that they announced that now you can access GIFs right from Giphy right here on this collection. So why not give you an opportunity to do this? Now, if you are new to Wakelet, we love you. We're so excited that you're here. The way this works is you clicked on that link that was provided to you in the chat. You come up to the top right-hand corner and click edit. Once you click on edit, this space will open up for you to be able to go ahead and add your Giphy. The way to do that, click that plus sign. Go ahead and scroll over to the little image. And voila, look, it's here. It gives you that option. Go ahead and choose from Giphy. And we want you to choose a GIF that represents what you think collaboration is.
I'm so excited when these bubbles are popping up. Can you see, Leticia, that people have already joined this collection and we are collaborating now?
Right? So we're doing it in real time worldwide. Woohoo!
So let's refresh the collection once again so we can see all the responses actually. And there are lots of already. This is my favorite. Collaboration is so meaningful. This is something that we really need these days, especially when we need the time savers. When you create a template and you just share with that, you help someone from PLN to your colleagues. And this is absolutely inspiring to me. So talking about my focus, of course, to collaborate with students, but half of my work just shifted, as I mentioned before, to create collections that can help my colleagues, my PLNs, to create something great. Oh, am I the only one who can hear the sound? Is it okay?
No, you're good.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
My issue. Wow, I love these GIFs. Oh, GIFs, sorry.
That's what I say. I don't want to get into that debate, right? About like, but these are all so amazing. I love seeing this. It just keeps going on and on and on.
It's incredible. It's incredible to see how excited you are. The same as I am. Absolutely adore this. Something about cell. This is something more than reactions, and I don't know what is more reactions or GIFs. It's incredible. This is what we need. So inspiring again.
It is. Just I feel like everyone here has a phenomenal idea about what collaboration is. I mean, look at these, Anna. It's
incredible. We can actually change the mood, to the mood thing.
I agree.
I forgot the board, to change the view to the mood board, and it's going to present like a great view of the whole GIFs that have been added.
Oh, Anna, you're gonna have to do that on your end because you created.
Oh, so sorry for me being
Yeah.
so bossy.
No, don't apologize.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
just.
someone had a question I can see. So Katie, you're asking, where do you access the gifts? So again, once you click edit to get into this collection, you're gonna click on the plus sign. You're gonna come over to the image icon. And look, you have 3 options. Upload your own image, choose from Giphy, that's the one you want. Or you can choose from library, but go ahead and choose from Giphy. Type in whatever word you want to use. What is it? Teamwork, collaboration, team, together, right? All these different words. I hope that was helpful, Katie.
Yeah, I have changed the mood board view. So,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can refresh it.
Okay, awesome.
Magic will happen. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, 75 submissions already. It's incredible. And even more is like, yeah, woohoo. Well, it's so boring today. We don't have music from the music sound from Marcus. You know, it's not live. Live was epic. So, did you enjoy the live for Wakelet Live yesterday? Yeah.
Oh, yes, that was. Oh, and the ending, right? Them dancing.
It's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Wow, it looks phenomenal. I can see the most favorite Giphies here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you see it? Oh, 2. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is so incredible because we are all in this together, and collaboration is absolutely must-have thing for us today, for teachers especially, for educators, for learners, for students, for communities. And Wakelet is the best place to make it happen. Isn't it? Just check this out. How many submissions are here right now? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. To the top.
I'm going to refresh it.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's incredible.
I know that we have
122 items in total.
So far.
Wow.
Well, we want you to continue to add there, but we're going to go ahead and continue on because we have so many ways that we want to share with you on how we collaborate, not only with students, with teachers, but also globally. And Anna is like the expert at that. So I'm excited when she talks about all those things. Don't be shy, I promise. All right, so here we go. Here we go. So we're going to start off. Again, we're back at our original collection. And so Wakelet, again, James will go ahead and share this link if you do not have it yet. But we're going to go ahead and move forward and share with you how, just some examples. So first off, we're going to start off with collaborating with students. I've shared a couple of Wakelet collections on how I do this with students. So part of my responsibility as an I4 coach is not only to support teachers, but I also support students. And this past season of our virtual experience, I also taught digital citizenship for every class. So I visited every TK5 class at my school for 45 minutes every 2 weeks to do digital citizenship. And part of digital citizenship is just not learning how to be safe, respectful, and responsible, but also giving students an opportunity to practice those skills. Why not use Wakelet to do that in a safe space, especially now that you can export or import your Google Classroom, Clever, and one more way, right, on Microsoft, where you can import your students, especially for your students who are 13 and younger, to do this safely and provide a space for them to collaborate. So here's this first one. If you're anything like me, I love using primary sources with students. I love giving them, taking images from picture books that we're reading about digital citizenship or other primary sources that have to do with digital citizenship and creating this space and calling it Caption This. So you'll notice that at the top, I give students directions on, go ahead and take a look at the image, interact with it, but then setting up this space so that way students can go ahead and tell me what they think the caption would be, or if they want to explain to me what they think the image will be, right? So already you're creating this space for students to go ahead and see each other's responses, But again, Wakelet has been so busy during this virtual time of our lives that they've added reactions for students to go ahead and give each other reactions. So you can use these to be really intentional with your students. Maybe you set up and say, only react to 3 that you really feel connect to what you say, or maybe react to 5 that maybe are opposite of what you were thinking, something like that. So you can be really intentional about how students use the reactions, or you can just let it be a free-for-all and just say, go ahead and react on whatever. So that's one way that I like to set up a collaborative space. Again, adding a primary source or adding an image and having them to caption it. The second one is a check-in with students. So again, because I am visiting every class, I love to know not only am I setting up a safe space for my students, but also what do they want to keep, stop, and start for our class. I love doing this about every 2 months with my classes, and I really love that my students are honest. I really do look at the responses and use this to adjust our class, right? If needed, if there are things that they really feel like, you know what, Ms. Citizen, we need to stop this because this is just not working. Whatever that is, again, I want students to understand that they are also driving where we go in our class. And so giving them the space, again, on Wakelet to go ahead and share those ideas and their needs and how they really see that our class would be truly successful if we implemented X, Y, and Z. So again, setting up this collaborative space for students to share what they want to keep, stop, and start. Another one is setting up hyperdocs within a Wakelet collection. And again, like I mentioned earlier, now you can especially use Google Classroom and Clever to import your students to have a student account, right? This was definitely a game changer in the sense that now when I create hyperdocs for students, what I do is I initially set up the main page, and I'm going to add that hyperdoc here so that way students can copy. So you'll notice that I have the directions here. I tell students, go ahead and click on the one that's down here. They're going to use the 3 buttons at the top to go ahead and make a copy of this collection. So that way they have their own now. And they're going to go ahead and complete the hyperdoc. And when they're finished, then they're going to go ahead and add that hyperdoc back here in this space. So that way now they can read each other's responses. I can also access them all in one space. And then again, using those reactions that Wakelet just set up for students to go ahead and share how they feel and being intentional about what those reactions are has really been mind-blowing and a game changer for students in the classroom. Okay, another one very quickly is the check-in. So earlier you saw me, have students check in about what they think about our class, right?
I love this one.
Oh, thank you. This is one that I not only use with young students, I also use with teachers because they're also my students in a way when I'm supporting them and providing PD. Even when I'm doing a PD, elsewhere, presenting at a conference, I love starting off my session with a check-in. And when I do this, I just want to know who's in this space. I want to know how you're feeling, right? So we're bringing in those SEL tactics. We're checking in with everyone. We're being mindful. I love searching through them as people are sharing. I love this space, especially if, again, now that everything was virtual for such a long time, setting up a space for teachers, if they're accessing recordings that I've done, that they will still go ahead and check in, and I can go back and see who's checked in, if they've had questions, what's filling their bucket, what's draining them. Especially if I know who they are, I can reach out to them to say hey, I noticed that you said this, I'm here for you, sending you love and hugs, whatever that is. So again, setting up this collaborative space, not only for our young students, right, but also for our teachers who are sometimes our students as well. So those examples are there for you to check out. And now I'm going to stop talking and pass it over to Anna.
Oh my gosh, it was so inspiring. I love that each student can provide the feedback, and it's incredible when they can see each other's comments here. So I'm going to stop talking to you and going to the sharing part. And here we go. And if can you see my screen by the way, Leticia? Is it okay?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So I just want to start and to show you what I'm going to share, talking about students, how we can have the sort of collaboration with students. A lot of ways can be done here. I'm going to highlight these collections that are, some of them are from the previous year, and we still use them. And of course, one of the most favorite, it was about Russian culture, but I put it into the global collaboration because we always showcase this. But there are all lots of collections for my students. We also always showcase this collection when we've got global connections with classrooms across the globe. You probably can see that there are different bookmarks, like just links to the website, my students' collections, Sway, Flipgrid about Russia that we use too, and our peers, they also create their videos on Flipgrid, and everything is in one place indeed. As you may see, YouTube videos that we can easily show to the children from different classrooms again, from different countries. It's so exciting, and lots of collection that my students prepared. And you can see about accordion, matryoshka doll, Russian painting. This is so incredible one, and etc. So this is our number one for global collaboration, and when we have this collaboration with my students, they have got lots of resources. There are lots of resources from their side. Now we can go to the next one. This is about the north of Russia. You know that Russia is big. It's really big, and there are lots of 12 time zones. Lots of educators across the globe that text me, DM me, and say, Anna, is it for sure that you've got 12 time zones? Yes, that's true. And you can see that the north of Russia, Yamal-Nenets Autonomous Okrug, we've got 9 months of winter, and teachers and students, they're really curious about our area. So my students created this collection. They fulfilled this with research, lots of resources about Labutnangi. We created the Bansi. So by the way, if you don't know what Labutnangi means, this is, it was from the 7 Larshes. That's why it was named like this. And this is my personal video, the reindeer ride. It was so much fun, and this is very first time to me. This is other collection that was made for my students. Google Earth and everything that can showcase and tell others what our area is and what interesting landmarks they can see there. So the next one, this is the latest that I have created. I was inspired by the previous one that I have created about question words, where lots of resources again with the videos and etc. and how students can use it in practice. So each of my students can create a copy from this one, and or just collaborate with me in the same collection. If I don't want to mess it up with everyone, with every student, if I want to check the only one student or separately them. So I just share and give them some instruction that they need to copy this and everything is going to be fine. They need to click the plus button and add the text. So that's how we can check the question words over there. So what's your name? We're checking what, who, when, why, where, how. I'm about language learning. So all of this, most of them are going to be about this. So they add their replies over there with a text feature, and then I can easily check it. Of course, I can use Google Classroom, but frankly speaking, I'm not a big user these days of Google Classroom because I do everything on Wakelet. I thought that curation is more about Google Classroom, but indeed there is notification bell that notify me again that something was done, or if it's that high time for our lesson with my students or with my student, I've got individual lessons too. a little number, but still, I can see that if something isn't done, this bell isn't read at all. So it's really great. And of course, if you use Google account integration, Google Classroom integration, and you can curate your students' account, you can easily guess too, was it made, was it done, the task, or not by your students? So students can add their text or maybe GIFs, whatever they would like to. For example, there is a question about your favorite football player. They can easily find a picture and add it instead of the text option, whatever they would like to. And then I can easily understand, are they familiar with the things that I have written there? Of course, there's immersive reader, and I always tell them that you can understand everything that is written in this collection by clicking on this icon. So the next one, this one I'm going to close immediately, collocations. This is another really useful one. We've got 243 items over there, and I haven't added anything here. Okay, okay, can you hear me? The sound has gone. Okay. Oh, is it okay? It's okay now.
Yeah, you're
sorry. So here we go. There are lots of, we work here like this. There are lots of collections that my students have added, and there are different topics. It's pretty useful for them when they prepare to the exams, where they need to get some vocabulary, to range their vocabulary. And it's really great because they're really different topics like human rights, hate crimes, sand, and you can see that some of them have already there are reactions over there, and the 3 of these ones, they are still empty without any reaction. So I haven't checked them yet. So we haven't checked them yet. So this collection looks like this. Inside of the collection, there is the text, and my students, they can practice their reading comprehension over there with the immersive reader. And there is the listening part. First they listen, then they do not use the text option. They write this down, then we check it, and then they practice their reading aloud by using immersive reader and this thematic text. Okay, I could call it like this. And actually, it works really great. I can see the impact of using this collocation collection. Because my students also, they use the hyperlink thing, and I would love to showcase it. Heart attack, oh my gosh. Not a perfect topic to discuss, but just want to showcase the keywords. If they're here, you can see that some of the words are in green. It means that my students first, they practice the reading aloud with immersive reader. They use the picture dictionary or the translation, because the text can be translated in more than 65 languages there. And then they used to Cambridge Dictionary Online, copy the link of the keyword that they didn't understand well, or they were really difficult to them to read, and then they use the hyperlink to this word. And if we click on research, for instance, we are going to be brought to Cambridge Dictionary Online, and we can read the definition of the word, because I try to use monolingual dictionaries, not like from Russian to English, when the student's level is about B1 and closer to B1. At least we try not to use Russian translation at all. So these collocations are really great and useful. You can use immersive reader, practice reading aloud. They can record yourself on Flipgrid or on any messengers. Everything is available there. So it's really huge collection, and I can see the feedback, like the reactions. If it's checked, reaction is here. And I'm going to close this one too. And of course, digital portfolio, which my students, Elisa, hi, if you're watching me. I have invited Elisa to this Wakelet Live, because this is something really incredible. She's a hard worker, and she fulfilled her digital portfolio by herself too. Of course, some of mine resources are here, but Elisa has added her certificates and other achievements over there, because she was a part of Bunsi Live with students. It was really cool, and I'm going to mention maybe a little bit this one. Yeah, so Bunsi meeting with students, where my students were talking live like real speakers. It was really incredible, and I use Wakelet for preparing to live sessions, because some of the teachers, they ask me, how do you prepare your students for going live? It's so stressful, and what is the plan? So here's the plan. You create the collection. you put all the resources, all the links, and also I try to organize on Google Docs, like step-by-step plan for them, and the name of the title, the links too, but everything anyway goes to Wakelet, because here is our YouTube video that were from Bansi team. It was live anyway on YouTube, like this one. And then Practice Makes Perfect, my students created by themselves Bansi speech, where they have written their speeches, and they have practiced with the help of immersive reader again, because it's incredible. It's super inclusive. The accessibility feature must have nowadays everywhere, in every classroom, no matter the fact what format of this classroom is. I usually say digital, virtual, offline. And here my students, they have added their speeches. I have checked them again, and they practice reading. They're reading aloud there. So here's the secret. So you may use it too. And of course, there are the highlights from our session. They're good, sweet memories, because it was incredible. And you can see, you may see it. It was fantastic. Their very first experience going live. Critical thinking. The first step, choose the topic from the list below. The second step, create a collection that shows the ideas of arguments. So students need to choose the topic. It is really helpful for them, again, to prepare for the exam, as say pros and cons, when they need to or have a discussion on a specific topic. Smoking, they have all of these are from my students. They have added, they express the ideas, their thoughts, and this is units. So if you work like as a course, or you have got units in your course book, textbook, anyway, you can create your collection. Depends on the units. So here is the Wakelet collection grammar, and this is project that we had with my student Sherlock Holmes, and this is the collection from my student Alisa, and lots of additional resources like keywords, like different interactive moments, genially or genially. I think genially is the correct way of pronouncing this. Word family, and everything that is going to be really helpful. Women's History Month, where my students needed to choose one of the inspiring famous women in modern history and create a Bansi about them. So you probably see the list, and then you can see this beautiful Bansi that my students created. And wow, it is amazing. I really love it. And there are also other resources from global educators who generously joined us. So I can't say, is it like collaboration with students only? There are no borders anyway. So, and Women's History Month, let's learn and vote, where we have added some inspiring women, and students can react to them. Students, again, and educators. And Dr. Martin Luther King, it was amazing because we have created Flipgrid. My students created their Bansis about amazing facts about his life, biography, and it was so inspiring. They didn't know, because I don't know why they don't have this at school. They don't talk about this at school in Russia. So now they know, and they were so inspired about this person, famous person. It's incredible. Body parts collection that I create to my students. It could be sort of template again. You can share with your students, and students can use the Flipgrid to add their comments, checking their reading aloud about the body parts. And there's so many great resources, Quizlet, Kahoot, that you can share with your students with them. One link, share a link only, or invite if you want them to add something, some resources, maybe some screenshots of the task that they have done and you want to check. So it's incredible. And also it's about Earth Day, numbers, and lots of things that you can create here and share with your students. At this note, I'm going to stop talking because Leticia is so kind. You need to say stop, blah, blah, blah. I'm passing the mic to you. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you have so many great ideas for students, and like you said, we were like stuck between like, do we add this under students? Do we add this under colleagues?
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna continue on because, like I said, those were all mostly for students, but then they also kind of fell under colleagues as well. So Anna kind of added them in both places. But if I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with sharing my screen. So now we're gonna look at some that do some collections that are for collaborating with colleagues. So a first one that I have here is a reflection space. Again, because I work with teachers and students and I'm presenting all the time, I love giving time for everyone to think about and just reflect on the information. And you're actually going to do this at the end, so don't think you won't have that opportunity. But here's one that I love, just sharing up a reflection space. And in that reflection, and this is an idea that I got from a dear friend of mine, her name is Dr. Kia Turner. She always asks people to share their wow, their how, and their now. And I even do this with my littles, and they love it. But they share their wow, which is a big takeaway, their how, any burning questions that they still have, and then their now. What are you going to do tomorrow with the information that you just learned? And so setting up this space, and again, teachers get to see responses from each other, right? They get to see, you know, I may not know what Anna was thinking, but now I know what her wow is. And like, we can talk about that if we work in the same space, or if they had a question that's still lingering, either I can respond to it, teachers can respond to it. But then you get to see others, and maybe you weren't thinking of that takeaway and someone else did. And so now that is bigger, right? So like, again, getting some additional ideas, but a great space for using Wakelet to do that. And on top of it, let's not forget that we can still use those reactions. I know that's one of the favorites for Anna too, about using those reactions. So setting up a reflection space, again, just asking. And it's not a reflection of me, right? It's not, you're not grading the presenter, or you're not grading the content, but it's really about what did I take away from this content, from this presentation, that then I can apply in my classroom, or as an educator to increase my craft, or even as a student. So that's there for you to take a look at. This next one is I actually did this, and I created this in Buncee. So if you all are not familiar, I know Anna and I are big fans of Buncee.
Yeah.
But I've done this for the last couple of summers, and this is the first summer that I'm actually going to use a Wakelet instead. So excited. But doing a summer selfie bingo, and this is a great way, again, to collaborate with colleagues, right, during the summertime. So maybe typically when I do summer selfie bingo with my staff, with teachers, I always ask them to share their selfies on Twitter. But I have a lot of teachers who are not on social media. So hello, use Wakelet instead. And what I've done is go ahead and introduce it. Hey, it's that time of year again where we're leaving like our teaching school life behind. And now we're jumping into summer. And I know that we need to all do this safely. So, we're not jumping out to do it anytime soon. Yes, Deb, I see that you're here and that you love Buncee. It's your jam, along with all of us. But I've gone ahead and not only included the Buncee that I created, like the Buncee bingo board, but I've created these collaborative spaces for teachers to go ahead and include their selfies. So they would click on each one. Let's say I was on an airplane and I took my selfie. Now I can go ahead and come to this Wakelet collection, click on the airport selfie. I left the directions there for teachers to go ahead and click that plus button. They can add their image, or you can go ahead and take a Flipgrid video and add your selfie that way. And I think what I'm going to do, because this is so much fun, I will be sharing this out on Twitter for all of us to participate. So I can't wait to see your selfies. But I went on ahead and set this up. I put it in the mood board way, so that way it's easier for you to access. But all of these are collaborative for you to go ahead and share your selfies. And the idea is to try to fill the board. I love doing this every summer. It's a great way for me to go back and reflect too. It's all about self-care, taking time with families, taking time with self, taking time with those that you love and that you want to share it with, or maybe it's just time that you want to take for yourself. It's a great way for me to reflect on the summer and make sure that I have done those things and not being so bogged down with work all the time. So definitely check that out. That's another way to collaborate with colleagues. Another one is the on-demand session. So I actually created this past a couple of months ago, my principal had this great idea for a PD where instead of having teachers come alive, right? She asked me if I would take like different presentation videos that I've done and set up a space for teachers to access. And so by doing so, I went on ahead and created collections inside of a collection, created a tidal wave, and added my video to explain what the presentation is. But the collaboration piece, again, I talked about it earlier, is I always add a reflection space. So for every recorded video, there is a reflection space for teachers to go ahead and collaborate, see each other's responses, see what ahas they had, some ideas that they had that they can take. And I went on ahead and created that in every section. Whew, I think we're running out of time, Anna. All right, so some other ones that I hear.
I can listen forever, I can listen to you forever. I'll just...
So some other ones is, while not only do I curate resources for my teachers, but again, I always try to include a space, and as soon as it comes up, I always try to include a collaborative Wakelet that's there for teachers to go ahead, hey, maybe, because I'm not going to catch all the resources, right? Then go ahead and share it on this Wakelet. So creating a space for teachers, not only after I've curated resources for them, but giving them a space, and Anna even mentioned this earlier, giving teachers a space where they can also share resources is really a game changer. And I love that Wakelet allows us to do that in a safe space. If you're presenting with others, like Anna and I, we got to go ahead and create that. That's the other thing I love, that you can add someone else, not only as a collaborator, but maybe you also give them the same access you have. So recently I just presented for Spring Q in California, and there were 3 of us that were presenting at a session. And in the middle of it, because people were asking for a resource, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and quickly create a Wakelet. Let's go ahead and add our information and add our resources. And I was able to hurry up and share that right towards the end of our presentation, but allowing us to quickly collaborate, have that space where we can all share. Great way to do this with colleagues. Maybe I missed your session and I want to see what resources you have. So you can go ahead and do that. Here's another one where a teacher and I, we were presenting together virtually, but we couldn't meet in person. So again, setting up a Wakelet, we were going on there, we got on the Zoom, started adding our information, working together in this collaborative space. So easy to do. It was such a breeze, but go ahead and take a look at that. And Anna, do you want to talk about the ones that you added here?
I always want to talk about. Yes, really, because as I mentioned before, the focus a little bit shifted to the teachers area too, because last year it wasn't really usual one, and we needed the safe space when we can collaborate, exchange with ideas and the resources, because the most precious that could happen to us is to find a time saver or the bank of the ideas that we can use and be ready for the lessons to wow again our students and to help our colleagues again to share with our ideas, because sharing, it's caring, it's for me to collaborate is communicate, and that's why I love collaboration, because I love to communicate, and this is really meaningful and something special and inspiring to me. So I want to hear all of your ideas and all of your insights or thoughts about the collaboration and communication. Do you think the same? Or okay, so I'm going to hop on collaboration with colleagues, and this is really newly made one. This is I've created for their group Wakelet educators, because I really want to know who is here in the group, and you can do the same with in your communities or with your colleagues at school if you work in the same place or anywhere else. You just can add some instructions. I love the instructions from Leticia. It's so well organized. Click there, do this, and it's really great way to show the people what they need to do. How do they need to act exactly to be a part of this collection? Again, it's just people, these amazing people, amazing educators. They have added their information, resources today. Can you see it? That's what Leticia has mentioned, just mentioned, that it's really easy to create a collection. And this is what I'm demonstrating to you. Check out this amazing Edu fellows. They are great, and they have added the resources today. It wasn't even in the morning. It was maybe close it was in the afternoon. So that's how much time it takes to add and to be a part of something really meaningful and global. And again, the end of resources, I just wanted to create this collection to add the resources from my side, because I have created personally for me only, but I can do this like this these days. I've got something great I wanted to share with my colleagues, and I have given the shout out in the group, and other educators, they decided to add their resources. This is so generously, and this is again with the share button only. So you can collaborate just by clicking the share button. That's incredible. And these reactions are from me and from the other educators too. That's how we build the community of passionate educators like Leticia and I am. We are so excited. And this is really inspiring to me too. Okay, let's move forward. As you know, today is the last day of Microsoft self-nomination. So please do nominate yourself if you want to become Microsoft expert. And this collection I was made because we had a great live webinar with Omnia Ismail. I love her. She's a great educator from Egypt, and she's so passionate and generously shared for the third time for Teachers Slavidu. I'm the founder of Teachers Slavidu. Very welcome to join us here. And this was just the questions from educators before our session went. Yep. So, and this is the space that Leticia probably has mentioned before. This is Teachers Slavidu. It's still unpublished because it's a mess. I'm sorry. I'm going to make it better because these days were tough. And I'm going to publish this space. And you just please have a look at these great educators who have already shared with their amazing collections, full of the resources on the specific topics about the platforms, specific platforms, Edu platforms for teachers only, with incredible resources. So let's move forward and back to Omnia. She was the guest speaker, how to become an expert. Just look how many great resources she has added, her own collection, then text, all of the features she has tried on Wakelet while she was creating this, and other great resources, ways, step-by-step instruction for you, just to make it easier, to make the process easier to you to be a part and to become a Microsoft expert. So do join, and this video is on YouTube. You can subscribe and give me a follow. I would absolutely love this. Thank you, Omnia, again. And this is the latest one from Christina Holzweiss. It seems like I'm screaming. Okay, sorry, I'm so excited. Flipping over Flipgrid, flip frames, just have a look. Christina is super creative educator and super positive person. I love her so much too. And she has added these resources, and she was sharing about flip frames, and the video is also here, everything in one place. You can come here and learn about Canva for education, about Flipgrid, creative things like this. And just moving a little bit faster to Dr. Michael Harvey. He's a great educator from Malaysia, I may say, originally from New Zealand. And he's amazing, super inspiring, and great expert. Check this out. He was sharing about Prezi, how many resources there. It's blow-minded. Thanks. I want to shout out to every educator, like Amanda Picard as well. She has shared with tremendous resources about ThingLink and Bitmoji Classroom Handbook. It's epic one. So sometimes I think, how could you be so generous? How could you share with so many resources? The one question pops in my head. But they are like this. We are like this. We like sharing. We love Wakelet too. And we chosen Wakelet in Teachers Slavidu because it's must-have for every session that we run. So this is the space, and back to you, Leticia. So sorry for talking so much.
No, it's also great. So our last part that we do have is that we have the global collaboration, and this is Anna's warehouse. Like, she has been using Wakelet collaboratively. She shared earlier, she's doing these PD sessions live on YouTube. You need to check those out. Her channel is there. Oh my gosh. She's bringing on some amazing educators who are so willing to share.
You're too kind. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm only telling the truth. And so
I'm waiting for you, Leticia. You promised that you're going to be part of it.
Yes, I will not go back on my promise. We will set up that time on it. But these collections are here. And again, the one for those of you who are interested in becoming an MIE expert, self-nomination, to self-nominate, you can go ahead and check that out. But now, because we know that time is winding down, and some other collections too that Anna has already gone over and shared, but you can check those out all here on this collection. We have so much more, but here we go. We wanted to give you a playground area, okay? Because again, we're talking about collaborating. Hello. So we've set up 2 spaces that are that will allow you to go ahead and share. The first one, we want to know, what ways are you using Wakelet to collaborate? You've heard from us this entire time. You've seen some of our examples, but again, the community loves working together. We would love to see what collections you are creating to collaborate, again, with students, with teachers, and globally. So we've set up this space. Again, to add, you would just go ahead and click edit. Anna has been so kind to go ahead and separate. So she's added some banners, some fancy banners. So that way you'll know. We would love, again, to know, how are you collaborating with students? How are you collaborating with colleagues? And then how are you globally collaborating with the world? So this space is set up for you to go and add your own collections, those that you want to share with others, no pressure. But we would love, right? We
the
love
click button. They have the button and share.
Right. We love learning from each other. And so we don't have all the answers. We are still learning ourselves. And so we would love to see what you're doing. So this space is here again, right under the playground area. And then, just like we shared earlier, there's always time for a reflection. So we would love for you to go ahead and click on this reflection space and share your wow, how, and now. I can't wait to read those. And again, it's set up so that way it's collaborative. You go ahead and click edit and just go ahead and add your takeaways. But we would love to see those. And I think we have about 7 minutes. So any questions?
Oh my gosh. Tisha, thank you so much. Oh, I miss you so much too. Wow.
Oh, Tisha, yes. Hey. Love that you're here. Let's see, any questions? Oh, someone is asking to share the pointers of crafting hero, much just the 5 steps. And I think I'm clear on what they're asking.
Yeah, and there's the question from Miss Francis Flores. So sorry if I pronouncing is not in the original way. So the collections they shared are in public mode. Yes, you can go to our profile, but some of my collection I'm going to make public just in a while. So sorry, crazy days. I always say so. I just wonder when they stop being crazy. I promise today. Today's they're going to be all public. Just
amazing, guys. Thank you so much for sharing all those ideas. I think if you look through the chat, I don't know if you had time during that, but please do spend time to look through the chat. It's so long, and people are just celebrating the ideas that you've been sharing, because I think that's one thing that we love about this session is just the ideas and inspiration that you gave then. And what I really like, I think you'll notice in the comments as well, is when we do think of collaboration, a lot of people straight away think of collaboration in the classroom, and then possibly collaboration projects that are much bigger and globally. Whereas what you covered really well was collaboration with colleagues, and especially in the last kind of year or so, collaboration with colleagues has been quite tough because we've not been in the same buildings, in the same meetings as each other. So a tool like Wakelet is perfect for that, and it covers all three really, really well, of course.
Absolutely. That's why we love it so much, and it's like must-have for every community, for every educator, because sharing is great, because you help to someone will help you too, and everything just possible with the one link only. That's fantastic. Like Leticia showcased with one collection, and as I usually say, matryoshka doll. So it works like this. Incredible.
Exactly. Yeah, and as you said, sharing is caring. That's kind of the Wake community's motto. Everyone here is already sharing ideas in the chat themselves. And thank you to the both of you for sharing your ideas too, because people absolutely love them in the chat. Please do check it out.
You're so kind. Thanks to everyone for the shout outs. You're amazing. I'm so happy. You just made my day. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
sorry for this live.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Wakelet, for allowing us.
Thank you, Leticia, James. I love you.
This was great.
We needed to prepare a happy dance, you know, that was yesterday.
Maybe after this, I think every single person who's attended this session is doing a happy dance, because you've given them so much inspiration, ideas to take away for maybe in the school now as they wind up the school year, but definitely for the next school year, going in to collaborate with their staff over the summer and their students, and maybe even some global collaboration projects as well. Maybe even inspire people to collaborate globally too, which I'm sure you have. But again, thank you so much, Tisha and Anna. Yeah, please do feel free to drop your Twitter handles and resources into the chat as well. We'll share it for you. But again, Anna and Tisha, absolutely amazing session. Please check out the comment, because they absolutely love you out there. And again, thank you all the attendees as well. Thank you for joining us today. We do really appreciate it, and the comments are all saying thank you. So thank you everyone so much. Before we jump off, I will answer the question that was asked the most. Certificates, yes, they will be shared with you in the link right now. So if you give me 1 second, I'll go ahead and just drop it into the chat, and you can go ahead and fill that out for your certificate from Anna and Leticia, which is great to fill out there.
Hi. My students.
Oh, no worries, few shout outs there. And then also we have, again, that amazing competition that's going on. So any ideas, a lot of ideas that you heard there, if you can fit it all into a tweet or a Facebook post, feel free to, and you'll be entered into the Wakelet Community Week competition. Again, hashtag Wakelet Community Week at Wakelet on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram, and you can get involved in our competition there. And of course, there's many more sessions to come, just like this amazing one here. You can learn about how Wakelet can be used for other things with students, as a whole school as well, as a portfolio. And of course, we've got some keynote sessions coming up this afternoon with Jennifer Williams and Nicholas Ferroni. So again, Leticia, Anna, thank you so much for this amazing session. Everyone at home, thank you so much for attending. And yeah, we'll see you at the sessions to come. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.